Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button along with the notification bell. Certainly helps the channel and you will not miss any important updates. Before we jump into the news, let's take a look at pricing. Bitcoin currently sitting at 63,904. Ethereum sitting at 2,624. Solana sitting at 156.95, and XRP after a strong weekend sitting at 0.629. I wish it was 6.29. It is 0.629 after a strong weekend and down just slightly over the last 24 hours. Let's jump into some news. And first, we got some news from Emily here. And she says, wow, XDC Foundation software developer says XRP could reach $100,000 or even $1 million. Obviously, do your own research. This is not financial advice. This is R3 Corda developer Quincy Jones telling you how XRP will gain a big price, which equals all the world's money, here, according to this article. So let's take a listen to Quincy Jones here, a brilliant gentleman.
So anybody out there that's telling you they'll know where the price of XRP will go has no idea. Zero, absolutely zero clue. But I'll give you a tiny hint of an idea of what could happen. So XRP it's a financial instrument of value. And that instrument is basically, the instrument's really liquidity between different other instruments like bonds, stocks, currencies, everything basically. Yeah. And the XRP is only worth the value of the things that are issued on it, because it would cost XRP to buy those things on the network and use that liquidity. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening here is not only do you have to issue all of the equity, but you've also got to issue all of the debt. So XRP is only bound by the fiscal responsibility of the people that issue assets on it, which is obviously irresponsible. So XRP could be at $100, $100,000, $1 million. It depends on how many assets you want to issue onto the network. So if you wanted to issue, $100 trillion worth of equity, cool. That's a lot of money on the network. What happens if they want to issue another $500 million worth of debt? That also adds value to the network. So there really is a mind-blowing amount of wealth, essentially, that can basically be flowing through these networks that we can't even comprehend because of that debt question of being able to issue more and more and more value in the form of.
Again, do your own research there. Quincy Jones, a brilliant guy, and he says there's a lot that could go on to the XRPL and help the price of XRP. But only time will tell, and can you be a long-term holder to find out? That's the difficult part. Let's move on to Smoke Dog here. He says the RLUSD, which is Ripple's stablecoin, is greater than USDC. And he highlights in this article here, he says USDC does differ in one crucial aspect from RLUSD, in that Circle does not also offer its own blockchain. By being able to offer both the Rails, its XRPL blockchain, and the token that can move along those rails, the RLUSD, for cross-border payment companies, Ripple is positioned to be able to provide a complete solution rather than needing to partner with other providers such as Circle's Ripple's partnership to supply MoneyGram. So Ripple can partner with companies like MoneyGram that use Circle, and they're going to go on the XRPL blockchain. But Circle does not have a blockchain of their own to go on to. So this is very beneficial for Ripple and the RLUSD. So good stuff there from Smoke Dog as always. Moving on to Cypress Demonicor. He posts, while the mainstream has everybody else distracted, what is smart money doing? If you're watching this channel right now, you're probably not distracted by the mainstream news and the Diddy story, all the wars happening, all the non-election discussion happening between the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign. There's a lot of distractions out there with which most people get caught up into. And if you're watching this channel, you're probably not one of them. So kudos to you. And just a heads up on who Mike Novogratz is. He is a prominent American investor former hedge fund manager, cryptocurrency advocate. He's best known as the founder and CEO of Galaxy Digital, a diversified financial services and investment management firm focused on digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain technology. So he's been in this space for a while, knows his stuff. And he says here, Cyprus Post, Mike Novogratz, founder and chief executive of Galaxy Digital Holdings, said that every asset manager that the digital asset firm has spoken to, and he speaks to a lot of them, is working frantically, quotes, frantically on tokenizing a fund. BlackRock issued its first tokenized fund, the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, on the Ethereum blockchain in May this year. The fund is available to investors by subscribing to the fund with Securitize, the platform for tokenizing real-world assets, and reached $500 million in record time of less than 4 months. So, Mike Novogratz believes, a lot of financial firms are headed this direction. We will see what happens, but I can't imagine he's not right. Let's move on to Lord XRP here, who says the XRP ETF is coming. Guys, hold your gold. And let's see what his post has to say here from Lord XRP. And this is coming from Power Publish, who he's retweeting here. This gentleman is great if you're not following him, Power of Publish. But let's take a listen to this gentleman and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
When that spot ETF gets passed, they are going to put a massive amount of pressure on these exchanges because they have to take that Bitcoin off the exchanges. They now have to self-custody that. They cannot have a spot ETF and work it if they don't own the asset. So they are going to come and start scooping up Bitcoin. Oh my God. When they scoop this Bitcoin up, it is going to put pressure. There's going to be less of it in the market. Why is Chase asking for XRP? XRP is the banker's coin. Watch this. Banks that use Ripple, Bank of America, second largest bank in the United States. Bank of America is already using XRP's technology. PNC Bank is using Ripple's technology. Siam Bank, Santander Bank, you get the idea. Standard Charter Bank, QLX in Mexico. There's man, if I wish I find that other list, there's like 60, 70 banks that are using Ripple's technology. Because who wants to have somebody come in and say, hey, I would like to send some money over to Nigeria, and say, oh, okay, then you got to use the slow ass system from y'all know where this is going, and then it takes 3-4 days to actually get your money from the United States over to Nigeria. When you could just move it in 4 seconds with Ripple's XRP technology. Money is moving in seconds versus hours and days. They are going to make a ridiculous amount of money. That's why the #1 bank in the United States is saying, pay us your mortgage in XRP.
Power of Publish there, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff from him. Let's move on to Mr. Mann. He says, as we enter Q4, keep this in the forefront of your minds as Christmas bonuses are given out to top execs and they step down. Their deposits will not be going into banks. FDIC lacks faith in the banking system. Bail-ins are very real. This was a conversation with the Federal Insurance Corp here. So let's take let's get back to this and take a listen.
When people need to know, but I don't think you have much hope of reaching a public that doesn't have a professional need to know.
I completely agree with that. I almost think you'd scare the public if you put this out. Like, why are they telling me this? Should I be concerned about my bank? Like, my insurance company doesn't tell me what they're doing with my assets. They just assume they're going to pay my claim. Right? I think you've got to think of the unintended consequences of taking a public that has more full faith and confidence in the banking system than maybe people in this room do. That we want them to have full faith and confidence in the banking system. They know the FDIC insurance is there. They know it works. They put their money in. They're going to get their money out. So there's a select crowd of people that are in the institutional side. And if they want to understand this, they're going to find a way to understand this. There's a bunch of law firms represented in this room. There's a bunch of people that charge them by the hour a lot of money to explain this all to them. And it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And they all have huge staffs. But I would be careful about the unintended consequences of starting to blast too much of this out in the general public.
So good catch there. Good find from Mr. Mann as always. Give him a follow at Mr. Mann XRP. And then finally here from Vandell, Black Swan Capitalist. He says Ripple just minted 350,000 RLUSD stablecoins within 24 hours. What does this mean in plain English? It means more money and liquidity, will flow from the world of traditional finance onto the XRPL through that stablecoin, leading to more utilization of XRP. This is huge, folks. This could be related to this spike in XRP pricing. Not financial advice, do your own research, but we could see a lot flowing into and on the XRPL, and then be used via XRP. So we will see what happens, but I appreciate you jumping on. We'll see you on the flip side.